This is I'll be discussing focus groups as a method of collecting data. But first, let's begin and find out what focus groups really are. So, according to Dunsworth and Billings, they are structured interviews used to gather define information from a pre-selected group of individuals. And it consists of the listed qualities, as you can see, 5 to 10 people, a facilitator, a reporter, and the facilitator creates an environment that encourages participants. And also, they gather data from live interactions with these participants. Now, I'm sure you're wondering as to why 5 to 10 people. Well, there's no right answer for the amount of members of a group to include. However, while reading through various resources, these resources coincided that 5 to 10 people is an ideal number. This is felt. The reason why this is because if a group is larger than 10 people, there are too many people to control, and it is difficult to get meaningful interaction with the participants. Now, if the group is smaller than 5 people, the opportunity for varied inputs is also reduced. Yet, some facilitators prefer to conduct what they call mini groups with 3 to 6 people, as they believe that with smaller groups of participants, they will provide them for greater depth and discussion. Now, these are just shared opinions that I came across while doing my research and should be used as a guiding but not as an unbreakable rule that should be followed. So, if conducting research using focus groups, you can use the amount that you feel will give you a rich discussion, so whether big or small, but rich discussion that does not leave some participants out. Now, this group of people, as I mentioned before, is led to an open discussion by a skilled facilitator. Some of the qualities of a facilitator are the ones that I'm going to talk about now. So, first, this facilitator asks questions of the participants, and they make sure that everyone has time to fully share their thoughts. He or she creates permissive and nurturing environments that encourages different perceptions, pressuring participants to vote, plan, or reach consensus. So no pressure, making sure that they're letting them speak freely. They're listening attentively and with sensitivity and empathy. Also, they're able to listen and think at the same time, so they're quick thinkers. And they also believe that all group of participants have something to offer no matter what their educational experience or background, so try to limit the bias that they have, recent bias. And has adequate knowledge of the topic, so this facilitator should know the topic enough to be able to, help facilitate or push the discussion in the direction that it needs to go, or to help gather the information that is needed to be gathered. Also, they can keep personal views and ego out of the facilitation. There should be someone, but also give authority. Furthermore, they can appropriately manage and challenge group dynamics, so they're the ones that are reading the crowd. They're making sure that they know what's happening and how to help or intervene or move the group to the next topic. And they can also gain information from nonverbal responses to supplement or verbal responses. In other words, they can read a little bit of that body language to see if what they need to do. So lastly, a researcher can act as a facilitator. So if you as a researcher want to do the facilitating for your own focus groups, you can, because this way you can interact directly with respondents, and it allows time for clarification or follow-up questions or probing to make sure that the information that you want to gather is being gathered. Now you're wondering. Let's go on to the next slide. So, what are the strengths, or what are they good for? Some of the strengths of a focus group are the ones listed in the slide. Let's go ahead and look at this really quick. And this allows the researcher to interact with the participants, ask follow-up questions, or ask questions and probe more, which can help him or her better understand the data when it's being analyzed. Also, results will be easier to understand. How you can get information from nonverbal responses to facial expression or body language, which will help them to continue to the next question or ask for clarifying follow-up questions. Information is provided more quickly than if it were entered separately. So this allows the researcher to take that information, as I said, and figure out if there's other questions that need to be asked at that moment. So that's why it's important for the researcher to have some idea, or I'm sorry, the facilitator, which can be the researcher, to find out what they need to